morning, this is Kurt Zolbe, the golf professional at the Deerfield Golf Club. We're certainly excited for a great season. Golf course is in great shape, and as we're trying to learn a little bit about our games, we'll get our games in shape as well. Today we are going to talk about something that has happened to most golfers at one time or another, the dreaded fat shot or heavy shot. When we hit a golf ball a little thin, oftentimes we can still get it to work for us, get toward the direction of the target. But when it's fat, usually ends up a few feet in front of us or in the water, whatever the target might be. It's not a very positive result. So there's two dramatic causes for the fat shot or the heavy shot, and oftentimes it is a lack of rotation initially, where we lift the club up and we bring the club down severely in a very steep angle. And what happens is that club will bottom out and there's not any room for it to go forward through the shot. So what happens, we lift the club up, we don't get a very good shoulder turn, and what happens, that club comes down in a very steep angle right into the back of that golf ball, and we hit the ground first, and the ball will dribble out in front. One quick way to get a better swing through and actually get a better chance at contacting that golf ball solid is to really work on a good turn. And what will happen is, as the club comes back, if we make a good shoulder turn, we're going to have the club behind us, and that flattens the plane a little bit, and we're able to reduce the chance of that club coming down into the ground too steep upon approach. So the way that that looks is we start to turn behind the golf ball and through the shot without reaching the ground first. If we do not get the turn, we start to hit the ground before we make impact. The second cause that we see a lot of times for the fat shot is someone who takes the club back and gets a good shoulder turn, but does not let the hips rotate on the follow through. What happens, they start to swing down primarily with the arms or the shoulders. And when we swing down primarily with the arms and the shoulders and we don't use the hips, we start to hit the ground first and not the golf ball. So as we take that shot, it turns back, arms and shoulders start the downswing, and we hit the ground before the impact on the golf ball. A good way to make sure that we can get through is to get those hips and shoulders starting to move in a relatively similar pattern and start to get through so we reach the low point of the swing just past impact. So the idea here is to make sure that we do get the shoulders and the hips moving and the club moving through the ball at the same time. If you notice, we hit the golf ball first and the ground second. The idea of getting solid contact before we reach the ground. If we reach or we tilt the body in any direction, we're going to hit the ground first, the club will hit before it makes contact with the ball, and we lose distance and power. I hope everybody will have an opportunity to eliminate that heavy shot, get more solid contact through the golf ball, and most importantly, have more fun playing golf. Look forward to seeing you out on the links, and most importantly, have fun.